Hello, viewers and listeners. It's our pleasure to welcome you to Elomba.com again, Elomba Television again today. Our discussion. Hello, viewers and listeners. It's our pleasure to welcome you to. Our discussion tonight is about ongoing looting of warehouses around Nigeria today after the EndSARS protest. Nigerians are getting worried that the EndSARS protests around the country have degenerated into widespread looting around the country. I think everybody is getting worried now that something that began about protests against police brutality has degenerated into widespread looting and arson around the country. So what I'll do now is to share a video with you of what have been observed going on around the country. And I'm sure that people are getting worried. So let me share this screen with you. No, that's not what I have in mind. Okay, I have this one. Okay, looting. Just watch this video. This is what is going on right now in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Nigeria. Right now, some hours ago, this is what is happening. Just look.
Why they take my eye see? This one no be Photoshop. Life happening live in India. Photo market, no be shop. See the crowd inside.
Well, yesterday, Elomba Television interviewed Mr. Ahmed, Special Assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on Social Investment Program, whose purview is to oversee the social investment programs and projects of this present government of Nigeria. And we asked him a direct question. This is the question we asked Buba Ahmed yesterday, and just see what he has to say. This is the question I asked him. Just listen.
Just in a question come up here. What is the story behind the COVID-19 palliative? So a follow-up to my question will be, can you give us an insight into why these COVID-19 palliatives are being stored in warehouses? Because what is the story behind storing these palliatives? Some of them being distributed in warehouses rather than having them in the homes of people who are hungry.
All right, let me stop here. What led to my question to Mr. Ahmed actually was because initially the looting of these warehouses around Nigeria, we were made to understand, was because some palliatives contributed by billionaire businessmen around Nigeria were stored in warehouses, and they were not distributed to those who needed it. And so following the EndSARS protest, which later mutated to anti-bad governance protest, people started to visit the warehouses where those palliatives were stored and started basically to loot them. Now, one question that Nigerians are asking is, why are these palliatives stored in the warehouses? Listen to what the special assistant to the president has to say. Let me get, I think it's this one. Let me get the video. Listen to what the special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on social investment has to say. Listen.
So I think
I would be asking the state government. I mean, we gave you this palliative to share. Is it still doing in your warehouse? I think that's a question that we would ask at federal government, because when I work with the president, and the president has ordered the customs and the Ministry of Agriculture to bring out from their silos, and the customs to bring out 150 trucks to be shared to states, and the Ministry of from the PT of the Presidential Task Force, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs was given the responsibility of moving around and sharing this food, and sharing this palliative, and they moved it. But most of the palliatives that are being seen are not even those that came from government, because I see a lot of bags that had.
Please pay attention to what the special assistant to President Buhari is about to say next, because it appears that most of the palliatives being stolen are not actually the ones, they were not contributed by the government. It came from individuals who, out of their good-heartedness, contributed billions of naira to support Nigerians who may be going hungry because of the lockdown and the pandemic situation. So let's see what he has to say with regards to that. Listen.
Meaning they were, because most of the palliatives I'm seeing, including Indomie and packs, I don't think the federal government shared it at that time, in terms of the palliatives that came from the PTF. But there was CACOMI, that is Coalition Against COVID-19, that was set up by business owners, Dangote, BUA, the CBN, and so many other private players that brought in a lot of money, I think about 50 billion, and they bought a lot of foodstuff, rice and beans and sorghum and millet and spaghetti and pasta, a lot of things that were bought, oil, and then shared to states. Those are some of the things that I'm seeing that are still being looted, kept in one place. I'm shocked why they are still there, but I don't want to castigate any state government.
Right. So the special assistant to the president was clear that these things were distributed to the states. And so the question is, what are they still doing in the warehouses? Why were they not given to the people for which they were meant for? With me last night, probing the special assistant to the president on this question, was a presenter with Lombard Television, Angel Lady. You may not see her, but she's listening to the program, and she directly asked the next following question. Angel, do you think when the guy gave us this answer, were you satisfied with the answer that he gave us? What do you think about the answer that Mr. Hamad gave us last night? Are you there?
The answer or the response to that question didn't really go down well with me, because I was particular about the fact that some state governments did give feedback to them that the foods were bad, as they also were told from the people that they gave the food to. So if the food was actually bad and the state government has reported to the source, I was expecting him to give us a reason, like, okay, they reported to us that the food was bad, and then we also have given them a go-ahead order to discard the food or something. I wasn't expecting that the food was still going to be in the warehouse after it's been confirmed for the few states that the special assistant that's mentioned that they got report that the food was bad. I didn't expect that after that report, the food was still going to be in the warehouses.
All right. I remember very clearly that because you are not satisfied, you asked them a follow-up question to which the gentleman didn't particularly take kindly to. I think I edited some of the
government for not sharing. I've heard that for them, but I would like, because we received them.
Oh, okay, I didn't see. I remember you asked a follow-up. Good. I think this is why I asked them a follow-up question. Let us listen to your question again, because obviously, like you said, now you weren't satisfied with the answer given. So let's listen to
your about the palliatives and people going out to get palliatives that were supposed to have been distributed as when needed. And you said some of them, the state government did complain, but they've gone bad. If they've gone bad, why are they still in the warehouses? Now, that's one question. The other is, why are the palliatives that are supposed to be given out to the masses during the heat of the COVID-19, the lockdown, why are the palliatives still in warehouses even until now?
Good. So obviously you weren't satisfied. I will soon play his second answer to the question, but during the time I was editing this thing, because if you notice, I've already edited and uploaded his answer. So I edited the part where he appeared to be angry at your suggestion that
Angry.
yeah, but I will play his answer now, because what we are discussing is not about this answer, but the fact that these items that were donated by billionaires and by the federal government, we are given to the states. And so what are they still doing in the warehouses? We have had some governors who said, let us see some excuses that Mahama told us we are given by the governors. Let's listen to that now. And then we will have to comment on that. Listen, please.
You guys know the answer for keeping them as much as you are in that know. I know we said this palliative. I know the federal government has shared this palliative down the state. You know, I am shocked that these palliatives have not reached the household that it was meant. You know, that it was meant for them to stop. I'm just saying, not as an excuse, I'm just saying that I know of one or two state governors that complained at the time, you know, way back in June, when the palliatives were given to them, that their people brought it back that it was bad. I think Oyo State was one of them. I think Ondo State was one of them. It complained, the governor complained clearly that the food stuff you are giving us is not good because people are returning it. I remember that clearly and vehemently. But I'm not saying that that is the excuse for each and every state that people are going to suffer this. I'm not saying that that is an excuse. And like I said, and I'm repeating myself, please, that's so that we are very clear what we're saying here. I said, I don't know the reason for not sharing this value.
Good. Now, okay, there are two issues that came to my mind from the answer given. First of all, is that nobody appears to know the reason why those things are still there. Because I remember some states were like, Lagos states were like, oh, these items are donated, they have to be categorized, they're labeled and identified and documentation given before we start distributing them. Some states like Adamawa say, oh, we have just received them, we distributed some 2 weeks ago, and some are still there. So who is in control of the government? So Angel, even after the second question, were you still satisfied with the answer we received last night? Hello, Angel, are you there? Hello,
I believe that government was supposed to follow every movement or every process of the palliatives. There's a body that is supposed to monitor how things. I hear you, but I wouldn't know if you're hearing me.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Can you
continue.
hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So it's from government, and I was expecting that everything or the palliatives given out are supposed to be monitored. There's a process from reception, from when it came from the donors. There's a body that's supposed to supervise how it is distributed to different states, and then when it gets to those states, there is also supposed to be another body at the state level to receive it and then follow it up to the point where it gets to the hands of the masses or the citizens that are supposed to receive it. So now if we are getting the response that we don't know, that means nobody cares about anything. Nobody cares about it. It's just like we know that food has been given to the masses, whether it gets to them or it gets lost in transit, is no longer the government's business. The government's business is that it has given food to the masses, whereas it is not supposed to be so. The government is supposed to give this food, like you're handing it over to somebody so that you hold that person accountable. The person has to come back, the association, the organization has to come back to give a report. The food, this number of items were taken from point A and to the states, and it was handed over to Mr. X as the coordinator for COVID-19 pandemic palliatives in the state. And so far, the distribution has taken place, and XYZ has gotten, and continuation will be from tomorrow or next week, something of that nature. So I was expecting a detailed report like, yes, at this point, I handed over to this person, and at this point, this is where we got it. But I didn't get that. The response was, I don't know. And it really doesn't tell good of us as a people, because these are some of the issues that's coming up now, where we are not accountable, where we don't have a good report system. Then the masses would get worried. Like videos that I've seen, you see the people saying, this is our palliative food, this is our pandemic food that we're supposed to be for us, and we do not have it. This is your this is yours, go for it, take it. You know, if there was some sort of accountability, there wouldn't be this, because those warehouses will be empty by now. COVID-19 came into Nigeria, or the lockdown started in Nigeria in March. This is October, and October is running out. So this food was supposed to have been disbursed. Let's assume that documentation process and every other process delayed the distribution. It should take nothing more than months, let's say March, April, May, like June, the distribution should have taken place. By September, the warehouses are supposed to be empty. But from the videos around, you can see that most of the warehouses are well stocked. The items are like they've not been touched. Nothing has gone out of the warehouses. Why is that so? We still don't have anybody to hold responsible for the warehouses holding foods or palliatives that belong to the masses. So really, the answers weren't going down well with me, but I wouldn't have to push him too much, you know. You're mute. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Okay. Yes, I can really understand your frustration, and this is the frustration shared by the entire populace. I remember Utumba tried to really take our guest on last night, because Utumba was of the opinion that this is a complete failure of government. So his answer was, who is to blame for what has happened? Who are we to hold accountable? And we are waiting to see at the end of this protest whether anybody will still be held accountable, because even as I'm speaking to you right now, widespread looting is still going on around the country. I've just received a video now on my WhatsApp. Let me just share it with you. Just listen. This is it. Lydia, I don't know whether you understand Hausa language, do you? You can unmute yourself. Hello?
Okay. I don't understand the language.
Okay, what
I can hear you.
Okay, what they're basically saying is, Anlaya bamu, wanang abunchim mune, na mune. So what they're saying is, God has given us. This is our food. It is what God has given us. It is our own food that we are taking. And this is since yesterday. That is the general attitude of people all over Nigeria. This one right now is happening in Adamawa State. And the guy is saying that he doesn't know that this type of these things exist in Adamawa State.
Yeah.
So
Now,
the people, in fact, up till now, to be frank, someone like me is not even aware that these things are being distributed and stored in warehouse. I don't know whether, but you are in Nigeria. Are you aware of these Kakovi?
I actually don't know. In was it April? We got the news that palliatives will be coming into the city, and there's provision from the government. And a couple of days after that news, somebody was telling me, because I went to give out the little I have to some people around me who were not able to feed themselves, because I could see the degree of suffering around me. So the rice I had with me, I mean, I'm staying alone, so I don't know why I should keep all of that. So I had to go out to give it out. Now, while giving it out, somebody was complaining to me that the government did actually bring something to the village, and the food they brought to them was, let me quote the lady. She said the food was government seized rice from customs that has been in the in custody for for years, and is expired. And I was like, how do you know it's expired? She said the rice was dust. And I'm like, yes, rice, if you're turning the rice, there should be dust. She said, I'm not telling you about dust. Like, if you carry the rice, it's breaking. And as you're holding it, it's breaking. The grains are short, very short, like it was mashed, and there was nothing they could make out of it. And I was at that point broken. Now, I had no clue there was a warehouse where foods were stored up until when the breaking and looting of warehouses for palliatives started, when the video started dropping. And it was a news to me because I didn't know actually there was a warehouse with COVID-19 palliatives. And currently, on social media, the slang going on now is, where is the next warehouse? So people are practically looking, they are snoozing and looking around for where a warehouse is, so they will go and break in. If you check online, if you go to Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, people are just looking, have they bought your own warehouse? Let's come over. That's what's going on. That means a lot of people, not just me, a lot of people don't know that there were warehouses where foods, palliatives for COVID-19 had been stored. So now that the one for Lagos did come out, it was an eye-opener. The Lagos warehouse was an eye-opener that if this is in Lagos, it means it's in other states as well. And that's why people started looking around, looking for information. Honestly, I don't know how they get to know the exact location and the exact warehouses, but people are discovering. And for you to know that the items they're actually seeing is COVID-19 pandemic food stuff, they all are crested, they are boldly written, they are tagged COVID-19. So this means actually the food items are actually COVID-19 items. It's not like it's somebody's warehouse that was broken into. It was actually COVID-19 warehouse, except for others that would have broken into other stores in Lagos, people's shops, those ones we know. But that's of the warehouses where the foods are stored. You see that the foods have tags COVID-19. So me personally, I had no idea that there was a warehouse. All I thought was, as the foods are coming in trucks, they were being distributed immediately to the people that needed them. I didn't know that there was a place where they are storing the food and then maybe sharing from there, or will share from there. Because I saw also a post yesterday somewhere that that is coming from Lagos. The councillor, I think, was saying that the palliatives locked up in the warehouse was supposed to be shared on his birthday. And the question is it your personal stuff? You can give out people food on your birthday when it's coming from you, not when government has said, give this. It's like you're a messenger saying, the source has said, take this, give to this person, and you're keeping it for your own birthday.
Angela, are you still with us? Okay, while we wait for Angel to come back, one surprising thing about all these things happen.
Hello, is it your, I think it's just a cover up. feedback to the people.
Okay. This looting is that everybody is involved. Security forces, police,
OP Mesa.
everybody is involved. In fact, I have one of the videos I have yesterday was the guy was saying, "Come, there is too much plenty food here. Police, army, navy, they have collected, and yet there are still more." Meanwhile, if you are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, and you feel you have anything to say about this looting going on, if you have received any of our old Zoom links, please simply click on it and you'll be able to join. Because I've just shared that we are streaming this on live on our WhatsApp groups and to those who are following us on Facebook. So if you want to say anything about this widespread looting going on around the country, I'm sure you must have received any of our Zoom links on our Zoom meetings. Just click on it, you'll be able to join and let us hear from you. Now, if Lydia is saying that she doesn't know, that means I don't know too. That means a lot of people are unaware that Kakovid are distributing COVID-19 palliatives to Nigerians. So why would these things be happening? People are surprised. Why would government receive this thing and keep it? Let me show another video now of an example of what is going on right now around the country. Let me show this video now. Okay.
Yeah, so live in Kaduna. Wickedness. This is the wickedness of man. Wickedness of our politicians. See where they start every day. There's no food. Money they spend on food is not even party. It is really COVID-19. It's COVID-19 tax on them. People have found out and they are carrying it. And they are hundreds. Seriously. Jesus.
One question I'm asking is, how does people get to know the address of this warehouse? Angela, do you have any idea? How do people come to know the address of these warehouses that they are looting? Hello, Angela, are you there?
I'm wondering. I was asked here. Are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was asking yesterday. I said, how do people get this information? Because the information is so accurate, it's so on point that if you go here, you see COVID-19 palliatives and they bust in and they are not disappointed at all. I wouldn't know. Well, then again, I thought about it. It must be an insider, of course. There must be somebody who knows where it is. But from the videos or the response of the people making the short clips, you can see that they
All right, I can no longer hear you.
Just like maybe someone just goes flop that way and they are already taken. The person is so accurate. The person is on point. Abuja, we've not heard anything. At Abuja, they discovered the warehouse restricted by security operatives. Confirmed it as true if they were able to break in. But I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now. Yeah, go ahead.
No way.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead. I can hear you now. Oh, you just muted yourself. Go ahead.
No,
I
no,
can hear
no.
you.
The signal hit me off.
Okay.
So I was saying that whoever is giving the information is so accurate. And for Abuja, I did hear a couple of days back, like on Saturday, that the warehouse has been discovered and the people went there, but the security personnel there did send them back. They were sent back with tear gas and all of that. Well, I wouldn't know how true that is unless they were able to get into the warehouse and share videos as well. That's the only way we would know that this is true. But so far, we can't say that it's true. But then again, I was wondering if Abuja's warehouse has not been discovered, does it mean that Abuja doesn't have a warehouse where this food is stored, or they did actually get the palliatives, but they've distributed, you know? So until we get to see another video, we
Well,
can't say what's happening.
I'm
But
sorry to interrupt you. Abuja, there is 2 hours ago, I received the breaking news. It said there is massive looting going right now in Idu Industrial Layout. They said around Coca-Cola area.
whoa,
They say Idu Industrial Area where a warehouse is attached. Let me show you I can show you a video now of what is happening around that. It's on my WhatsApp now. What is going on in that Idu in Abuja right now, Federal Capital Territory. This is
yeah, I've not heard.
I think this is okay. No, this is Adamawa. Let me get yes, I can. That is it. Okay, let me show you. This one is right now in that Idu Industrial Area. Yeah, this one is Idu Industrial Area now. So this one is Idu Industrial Area. So this one actually mentioned the place. Yeah.
Take my eye, see. This one not be Photoshop. Live happening live in Idu Yard. Market. Not be shop. See the crowd inside.
So this is Abuja Idu Industrial Area happening right now. So you can see that even Abuja have been broken into. I think something has to give. People are angry. And the surprising thing is that when these things are happening, you will not see security agencies around. The people are having a free for, and even people are saying, well, like that gentleman in Adamawa said, "Na mune abishim mune." So let us take what belongs to us. That unlike Abani, that God has given them, Christmas have come early for them. So, listeners and viewers, I think this is where, unless Angel, if you have anything more to say, we'll be rounding off, and then let's continue to monitor events as they unfold, and then Elimba Television will be bringing them to you as they happen. Angel, are you still there? Angel, are you there? I think someone have joined us now. Maybe we can hear from him. Someone had my announcement and decides to join and tell us what he's observing. We have Saminu Osewinge. Let us repeat, if you are watching this streaming live, if you have anything to say, you must have received an old Elimba Zoom link, Elimba Television Zoom link. If you have it, click on that link and you'll be able to join us and tell us, do you have any experience? Did you observe anything? Then you can be able to tell us what is going on in your area. Saminu, you are welcome. Can you join with your audio device so we can hear you? Saminu, you are welcome. I can see your video. Can you join with your audio device so we can hear you? Can you join with the audio device? Click on your audio. Touch your audio. If you look at your mobile or tablet, you will see something like an earphone icon. Touch it. You can see something like an earphone icon. You touch it so that you join with your audio device. When you are joining, it will ask you, do you want to join with your audio device? Click yes. Yeah, you can join with the audio device so you can hear us. Are you able to join? Are you able to join with the audio device, Saminu? I think your network bandwidth is low, so that may be making it difficult for you to hear us properly or to join with your audio device, but I can wait. Oh, you've dropped. You dropped. All right, listeners and viewers, we are discussing the widespread looting that's continuing around Nigeria. It is disheartening that the government appears helpless. A while ago, we've played video of our interview with the federal government official about what they think about what is happening. And it appears no one really has an answer to the development. Government was taken unawares. No one really knows what is going on. And so they were at a loss, just like other Nigerians are at a loss. So we are bringing you this development as it happens. Someone joined a while ago, but he's not able to join with his audio. I don't know why he was unable to do that. Maybe he wanted to say something about his experience, but his network is very, very bad.
Oh, network here is usually like that.
Yeah. So do you have anything more to say about this development? Otherwise, we call it a day.
No, all I would say is our viewers should keep following Elumba Television on Instagram, on Facebook, like our page, and on YouTube, subscribe because as news unfolds, Elumba Television breaks the news and brings it to you from your home, from the comfort of your home. You can always get details, information, updates, news on Elumba Television. So always check in and turn on your notifications so that any video that drops you'll be the first to know. Yes, we have another video here. Oh, I thought you were sharing another video.
Yeah, I wanted to share it, but I think our time is
okay.
Our time is up now. So let's just round it up.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And to everyone who will see this video subsequently, thank you for viewing. This is Elumba Television, and the voice you're hearing is Angel Lady. Of course, you can see Mr. Daniel. All right, till we come your way again, stay safe.